In the highlands of Ethiopia, a child destined for greatness was born. His name at birth was Tafari Makonnen. He entered the world on July 23rd, 1892, a date that would become significant. His father was the influential Ras Makonnen, a key advisor to the emperor. From a young age, Tafari displayed remarkable intelligence and a serious demeanor. He was a descendant of the Solomonic dynasty, a lineage stretching back millennia. This heritage placed upon him a heavy weight of expectation. Emperor Menelik II himself recognized the boy's potential. When his father passed away in 1906, the emperor took the young Tafari under his wing, received a rigorous education, blending traditional Ethiopian values with modern European ideas. At just 24 years old, he became a pivotal figure in the court. He led the movement to depose Lij Iyasu, Menelik II's successor. In 1917, Devitu Menelik's daughter was named Empress. Tafari was appointed as regent and heir to the throne. As regent, he began a campaign of modernization across the nation. He believed Ethiopia's future depended on its engagement with the world. A major achievement was securing Ethiopia's entry into the League of Nations in 1923. He embarked on a grand tour of Europe the following year. He was the first Ethiopian ruler ever to make such a journey. He observed their technology, their governments, and their military might. These experiences solidified his resolve to strengthen his own country. In 1928, his power grew as he was crowned Negesis, or king. Upon the death of Empress Uditu in 1930, the path was clear. Tafari Makonnen was crowned Emperor of Ethiopia. He took the imperial name Haile Selassie I, meaning Might of the Trinity. His titles were grand: King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Conquering Lion of the Tribe of Judah. His coronation was an event of international significance. As emperor, he introduced Ethiopia's first written constitution in 1931. This document established a parliament, though its powers were limited. He continued to build roads, schools, and hospitals. The emperor's goal was to create a modern, centralized state. However, a dark cloud was gathering on the horizon. Benito Mussolini's fascist Italy had colonial ambitions. In 1935, Italian forces invaded Ethiopia without provocation. The Ethiopian army, though brave, was outmatched by modern weaponry. The Italians used chemical weapons, a horrific war crime. Haile Selassie was forced to flee his homeland to rally support. He went into exile in Bath, England. From there, he traveled to Geneva to address the League of Nations. Delivered one of the most memorable speeches of the 20th century. He warned the world that their inaction would have dire consequences. It is us today. It will be you tomorrow, he prophesied. His words were prophetic, but his plea for help was ignored. The world watched as Ethiopia fell under Italian occupation. For 5 years, the emperor lived in exile, never giving up hope. He became a symbol of resistance against fascism. The outbreak of World War II changed everything. Britain, now at war with Italy, became Ethiopia's ally. In 1941, Haile Selassie returned to his beloved country. He led the joint forces that would liberate his nation. On May 5th, 1941, exactly 5 years after he left, he re-entered Addis Ababa. The emperor was restored to his throne. The post-war era saw him resume his work of nation-building. He played a crucial role in the formation of the United Nations. He became a respected elder statesman on the world stage. His greatest diplomatic achievement was the creation of the Organization of African Unity. Addis Ababa was chosen as the headquarters of the UAE. He served as the OAU's first chairman, a testament to his influence. He was a powerful advocate for Pan-Africanism and decolonization. Meanwhile, a religious movement in Jamaica had adopted him as their messiah. They were known as the Rastafari. They saw his coronation as the fulfillment of a prophecy. In 1966, the emperor visited Jamaica. The reception was overwhelming, with tens of thousands turning out to greet him. This event, known as Crown Nation Day, is a holy day for Rastafarians. Though a devout Christian, he never publicly rebuked their beliefs. He granted land in Ethiopia for Rastafarians who wished to return to Africa. Tanorao, Nilyo in Berg, Antimi. Back home, however, his long reign was facing challenges. Decades of autocratic rule had led to political stagnation. Devastating famine in the Wallo province was concealed from the public. When the truth was revealed, it caused widespread outrage. The emperor's authority began to crumble. The military, seeing the weakness of the regime, began to mutiny. A committee of low-ranking officers known as the Derg orchestrated a coup. They systematically dismantled the emperor's government. On September 12, 1974, the Derg deposed the emperor. After 44 years on the throne, the last emperor of Ethiopia was a prisoner. He was held captive within his own palace. The Derg proclaimed a socialist state and abolished the monarchy. On August 27, 1975, the state media announced his death. They claimed he died of natural causes following a medical procedure. However, many believed he had been murdered by the new regime. The circumstances of his death remained a mystery for years. Derg's rule was a time of immense suffering and violence. After the fall of the Derg regime, the truth began to emerge. In 1992, the emperor's remains were discovered. They were found buried beneath a toilet in the palace. This discovery confirmed the long-held suspicions of assassination. It was a grim end for a man who had been a global icon. In November 2000, his body was finally given a proper imperial funeral. He was reinterred in Addis Ababa's Trinity Cathedral. Thousands of people, including Rastafarians from around the world, attended. Haile Selassie's legacy is complex and contested. To some, he was a modernizing leader and a champion of Africa. To others, he was an autocrat who clung to power for too long. And to a faithful few, he remains a divine figure, the returned Messiah. His life story is inseparable from the story of modern Ethiopia. He guided his ancient nation through a century of profound change. He stood for his people on the world stage against impossible odds. His reign saw both incredible progress and tragic failure. The Lion of Judah's roar may have been silenced, but its echo remains.